What's cracking, Swolders? MANdler here in the Man Cave. Got a quick little Ask MANdler question for you. Comes from Caleb in Piscataway. It's so quick, I don't even need to answer it on my iPhone. It's real quick. Caleb from Piscataway asks, "Yo, MANdler, why is it that the Swole system, your training program, focuses primarily on building strength?" Real quick, Caleb, this is kind of an answer that requires two answers. All right, there's both the literal and the metaphorical reasoning behind why we focus on strength. First off, let's just talk about, as far as being in the gym, the reason we focus on strength, because strength is the only component of physical fitness that, when focused on primarily, will build and increase the stock in other parameters of physical fitness as well. Let me focus on the reason behind that. If we develop maximal strength in the core movements, if we learn to, if we teach our body to overcome greater external loads in both the squat, deadlift, bench press, and overhead press, we're not just going to build strength with that. We're also going to build our muscular endurance, because obviously the weak point training that we do after the core lift, is going to be improved by doing the supplemental work that will improve our general physical preparedness or muscular endurance. Now, with that, you're obviously going to have, become in kind of that hypertrophy zone. So we're going to build muscular endurance, we're going to build muscle, and when we're doing it in a circuit format, kind of that superset format, to keep our heart rate up, to kind of further work on that GPP, muscular endurance, we're also going to enhance our resting metabolic rate, which will allow us to burn fat more efficiently. So aesthetically, we're going to be more pleasing as well. That means your body composition will go down. Increased muscle, increased muscular endurance means usually it's going to increase your resting metabolic rate, which will help you burn more calories at rest when you're doing little more than watching a Married with Children marathon on the TV, not doing shit at all. So when we're focusing on building just maximal strength, that is something you can expect. Not only that, those that can produce a lot of force can usually do so very quickly as well. So your power output is going to be increased as well. So this is the thing about building maximal strength. It's not just maximal strength that you're improving on. It's like killing, 5 birds with one stone. It's multitasking at its greatest in the weight room. So do yourself a favor. Focus on maximal strength as your core goal, and I can guarantee you that everything else will kind of fall in place. All right, so that takes care of the literal reason why we do it. Now, as far as the metaphorical, this gets more into, this gets a little bit deeper, and the first thing I can say about building maximal strength is there is nothing like strapping a heavy ass weight to your back, dropping down and basically overcoming a big burdensome load that's on your back. It's a metaphor for life, and let me explain. There's a lot of things that go on in life that are tough. All right, the greatest things you can accomplish in life are going to usually be the most difficult ones to accomplish. That's what makes them so great. That's what makes that goal so awesome when you attain it. It makes it so gratifying because it's hard, it's difficult. Lifting heavy weights is not easy. It's not easy. It might be simple when you follow the process. However, it's not easy. And when you do everything that leads up to it, there's nothing more gratifying than overcoming adversity, overcoming that burden that's strapped across your back or that's strapped in your hands. You're not going to get that when you're just focused on hypertrophy-based training. There's bodybuilders that would probably disagree with that, but they get their gratification from building that muscular body of work and flexing on stage. I have no problem with that. For me, it's just there is nothing greater to me than staring down a weight, a big burden that you have not overcome yet, a big old pile of adversity that you have not overcome yet, and then doing everything you can throughout a long period of time, and then that one day staring it down, kicking in the nuts, and overcoming it. You're not going to get that, I don't think, in any other aspect of doing any work in the gym. And it's true for life too, man. If you want to be successful, you got to learn to overcome adversity, and you got to learn to do the things that are required in order to overcome that adversity. It's just like developing maximal strength. If we don't focus on doing the supplemental accessory work, if we don't, focus on doing the small things that are required of us, then we will never ever accomplish anything great. If you want to accomplish great things, if you want to be a success, you got to sacrifice. But let me tell you, it's always, always, always worth your while. Always. But if you're not willing to do the small things, if you're not willing to bust your ass and do what other people aren't willing to do, then you can't expect great things from yourself. It's impossible. No one's that talented. Talent can only last so long. After that, you got to put some elbow grease into it. You got to show some balls, and you got to be willing to bust your ass until the job is done. That's why I like strength, man. Real easy. Because it's not easy. That's it. It's difficult. If you're doing something that's, worth a damn, if you want to achieve something great, it's not going to be easy. But it's that road leading to that goal that you attain, and overcoming that adversity, surviving those setbacks and keeping, that momentum moving forward. That's what makes it so great. That's why everything in our gym is focused on building strength. It's not just building a strong body, it's building strength of character. That's what I want a lot of you out there to realize. It's not just, getting jacked, getting ripped. It's living the life of swole, baby. It's getting strong. It's getting jacked. It's having that confidence to be able to do what you want to do with your life. It's about being successful in the gym and basically being able to transition that from in the gym into life. That's what it's all about. That's why we focus on strength. That's it. Have a good night, soldiers. MANdler.